What's going on, my people? How y'all doing today? In this video, I'm going to reveal to you some of the major signs that you are a chosen one. So make sure you stay tuned, baby. But first, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video. I appreciate your support. Now, a lot of these bots in this matrix, they use "I'm a chosen one." They use that term so loosely, like it's just something that they really feel like they are, but they're actually not. See, I'm about to reveal to you some of the major signs that you are a chosen one. Now, you have always felt different ever since you were a kid. You were nothing like the other children. They wanted to do their own thing. They were playing sports and they were playing basketball and football. But you were digging holes in the sandbox. You were using your imagination. You were off in a whole nother world, right? You didn't hang with them like that. You like to collect rocks and just do different things. Some kids might have even called you a nerd growing up. You were always on your own thing. You were nothing like the other kids. You understand? You never fit in. And even as growing into an adult, even getting older, you still don't fit in. Even like in your workplace, you are still a loner. You have always been a loner all your life. That is a major sign that you are a chosen one. I'm telling you. Now, another sign, people, you have gone through some intense life challenges ever since you were young. Like even your parents, they didn't have much. They didn't have anything. You had to grow up poor, right? You had to go through all of these different life challenges. It's like everything seems like it always happened to you all the time, but you have always overcame any challenges that came your way. You understand? You don't even have or didn't even have the designer clothes like the other kids. You had to make with what you had to do. Growing up poor, growing up not having anything, growing up not having friends. You are always isolated by yourself. You understand? That's a major sign, people. That is a very, very positive sign. Being a chosen one is very, very positive, because when you are a chosen one, something major is going to take place in your life. You understand? It's going to happen in divine time. See, right now, being a chosen one, all of these different life intense challenges that you're going through right now, this is the season of preparation. You are being prepared for something great that's about to happen in your life. You understand? Now, you probably faced like deep struggles, loss. People have probably betrayed you. You understand? You have went through betrayal. You understand? You have definitely been through a lot of these things growing up. That is a major sign, a positive sign that you are a chosen one. You are aligning up to your desires and something major in your life, a huge, large purpose. You will understand as soon as this happens in your life. You are a chosen one. You are highly favored by the universe. Now, the older you get, then naturally you are drawn to spiritual truths, spiritual teachings, wisdom. You seek out videos, you seek out books that are going to enlighten you, that are going to get you on the next level spiritually. You have probably had visions. You have known a lot of deja vu that has happened in your life, and you know that something is different. You know, this is not something that the average person goes through. You know, you feel a drawing, you feel drawn to spiritualness. You know that there is something more than what they're telling you in religion and all these other things that they want everybody to believe. You think differently. You're on a spiritual journey. You're starting to get into crystals. You get into meditating. You know, you're just drawn to it. It has always had you hooked on it since you were young. Since as far back as you could remember, you have always been drawn to spiritual beliefs, something different. You've always looked in the sky. You were like looking at the stars. You were sun gazing, you know, looking at the moon. You have always known that there's something more out there than what they are telling you. You do believe in aliens. You believe that there's another life form out there. Best believe there is. You are a chosen one. I'm telling you. Now, another sign that you are a chosen one, people, that you are a chosen one. Synchronicities repeating numbers. You have been seeing this ever since you were young. You have been seeing 1111 on the clock ever since you were young. But back when you were young, you really didn't pay so much attention to it because you didn't have the wisdom yet. But as you got older, you knew that this wasn't some kind of coincidence. You already know the synchronicities that you see. They follow you everywhere, and they always have been following you. But now that you're older, you know that it is aligning you on a perfect path. You understand? You are manifesting your desires. And the older you get, you're starting to see this. You're starting to see your desires just happen in your life, right? These synchronicities and these repeating numbers and all these synchronicities, they follow you every single day, and you let it guide you. You understand? That is a major sign that you are a chosen one. Now, people, you are a chosen one. You feel responsible to help others. You feel responsible to support others, even if people don't support you, right? Because a lot of the times, you being a chosen one, you're creative. You may have done some stuff online. You may have been a singer, a rapper, or you may have known how to draw. You have been into art. Whatever it is, you have never came across the majority of people who have ever supported you, right? But you don't care about none of that. You support others. You are an empath. When you see a person trying their best, if they're on stage, even if nobody else claps, you're clapping. You're right there supporting them. If they come out with a video or something, you watch the video, you give them a like, you share, their music. You tell them, oh man, you got some good music. I appreciate your artwork. I read your book. You understand? You are the type of person that supports others, and you will not walk past somebody if you have money in your pocket and you know that they're in need. They're out there begging or panhandling. You are the type of person that reaches in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? And you break off some money and you give it to them because you know in your heart that that's something that you're supposed to do. You don't do it because you're trying to get good karma. You already know the universe doesn't keep some type of score list or scoreboard like, oh, you did this. Yeah. You don't care about none of that. And you know the universe doesn't keep a scoreboard. You just do it out the kindness of your heart because you are a chosen one. It feels good being the chosen one living in this universe that we live in. Us chosen ones, we are drawn to bringing light and love into this world. It's just who we are. We're chosen ones. Another sign that you are a chosen one, your intuition is usually strong. When you have gone through your life and you said, you know what, I'm not going to walk down this street. I'm going to walk down the street. Okay, I'm going to go this way. Later on, you found out something may have happened down that street that wasn't so positive, right? You listen to your intuition. There have been times where you have went into the store, bought a lottery ticket, and you won. Whatever it was, $100, $200, $500, $1,000. You listen to your intuition. You let your intuition guide you, right? You have been right so many times in your life. Your intuition is growing strong. Your dreams are very, very vivid. Being a chosen one, you have dreams that also guide you and give you messages, and you remember it. Like a lot of the times when it comes to your dreams, you could remember for detail of what happened in that dream. You understand? That's the kind of stuff that happens to a chosen one. You have inner nudges. You follow that nudge. You follow that hunch. That's your intuition. You listen to that voice. You already know that voice that you hear is leading you towards the path of success, wealth, and abundance and prosperity. You understand? You already know. You are a chosen one. Now, another sign, people, you experience periods of isolation. There have been times in your life, well, probably even right now in your life, you're by yourself all the time. Even at the job, you are by yourself. You converse with people real quick. You have a quick conversation, and then boom, you go on your own thing. You do your own thing, and then you're by yourself all the time. You're doing your own thing. You're living in your own world. You're living in your own imagination. You already could see your desires. You could see your manifestations. You could see everything. You're constantly visualizing. You're constantly just in another world. You may be sitting there talking to somebody, but your mind is somewhat different. You are a multi-dimensional being having a human experience right now. You understand? You're always on another plane. You're always in a different dimension, baby. You understand? You are a chosen one, people. You definitely experience periods of isolation. And another reason why you do that, you have a strong urge to protect your energy. A lot of the times when we bump into people, they have all these different kind of energies, and you may even bump into a lot of energy vampires on a regular basis. You understand? You have a strong urge to protect your energy, and you always feel like you have to be, you know that you have to be stepping into your purpose. You live every day with a purpose. These are strong signs that you are a chosen one. I'm just affirming to you something that you already know. But sometimes the universe will always, when you're ready to learn, here comes the teacher. The universe will always send a message when you're ready to read it. You understand? That's why you came across this video, people. Now, another sign that you are a chosen one. You have survived situations and circumstances throughout your life. You may have went through trauma. You may have been in an accident, but you were protected. You understand? Even like you got a lot of people, they had get into like a bike accident or a motorcycle accident, and they get up unscathed. You understand? They may fall. You have gotten up. You have maybe had a little scrape, a little bruise, but another person maybe not even survived that. You know, you may live in a city like Chicago, and you may have come across a situation, a dangerous situation, but your intuition, being a chosen one, you were protected and you got out of there unscathed, unhurt, unharmed. You came out of that situation on top. You understand? You may be going through situations like adversity. That is another situation and a circumstance that a chosen one will go through. See, a lot of the times when you are manifesting, when something major is about to take place in your life, adversity is one of the last things that you will go through. You'll look at your bank account and it's low. Like you're like, man, every day you're scrolling, you're like, man, you know, but you don't look at it negative. Being a chosen one, you already know that this is a positive sign that something major is about to take place in your life. You will go through adversity. You will go through life challenges. You will go through circumstances in your life that others don't even know how you made it out. How you made it out alive, baby, but you made it because you're a chosen one. Now, another sign that you are a chosen one, that you are a chosen one, you inspire others in a positive way. Everywhere you go, people are inspired to do something different. They're even asking you like, hey, how do you think it would be if I wrote a book and put it out? What should I do? You know, they're coming to you for advice because you always inspire people when it comes to success, when it comes to becoming wealthy. You understand? You are the type of person that people come to for advice for so many things in life. You understand? You're an inspiration. You are a walking prosperity in human flesh. You are all abundance. When people come around you, they can feel your energy. They know that you are positive. They know that you are giving off that light. You are a chosen one. And a lot of the times when it comes to being a chosen one, sometimes you'll come into a situation where you'll come across that negative energy, the opposite of your energy, and automatically you all will clash. Your energies will clash, and you won't even want to be around this person because to you it's like, man, their energy isn't matching mine. Let me walk. You know, you get up out of there because you're listening to your intuition and you can feel the energy. You're an empath. You understand? Those are some major signs and things that happens to a chosen one. Now, you feel called to something bigger than yourself. You're always gaining knowledge on something that you can do that is going to help the world or help people around you. You understand? You are always searching for that knowledge that can uplift you and get you to that next level to get you to that next level, baby, of manifestation, of becoming the greatest version of yourself. You understand? You're always getting to the next level. You're always upping your game all the time in a positive way. You're learning about money. You're learning about manifestation. You're learning about what repeating numbers mean. You're going straight down that spiritual journey. You understand? You are a chosen one in a spiritual way, right? I'm telling you, people throw this term around so much. And you just sit back like, they're not even, you're just looking, you're laughing at them. You're like, what I'm saying? You already know, you can sense another chosen one. Because a lot of the times when you go throughout your day or your week or your months, you are going to come across other chosen ones. The universe will mirror other chosen ones into your life, right? But you'll also have other bots and NPCs that will also come into your universe, into your life. And a lot of the times these people are just tests, right? So I'm letting you know, you are a chosen one. Now, another sign that you are a chosen one, you have that inner guidance. Your visions are great. You can see a greater version of yourself. You can see it when you close your eyes. And this is so connected to your dream. This is so connected to your manifestation and your purpose in the path that you are on. Because when it comes to you being wealthy, successful, loved, just whatever you desire, there is a version of you that is possible in any aspect, on any plane. You can become that version, and you see that version, and you are drawn to become that version. You start to do healthier things. See, the older you get, the more wiser you start to become. You gain all this wisdom, right? And the universe is letting you know there's something great is about to happen in your life. And this goes with those repeating numbers. These goes with those synchronicities. These goes, you have always felt different. You can look back on your life and say, I remember when I manifested this money I found, or I manifested great grades and valedictorian, or this great dream job, whatever it is. You can look back on your life and you can know, and you know where you're headed right now based off what you have been through and what you've seen in your life. Not only do you have the inner guidance, not only do you have the visions of the greatest version of yourself, but you take steps every day to become that version. You're doing different things. You're eating right. You are exercising. You are upping your knowledge. You're always stepping your game up all the time. Now, I just wanted to break down some major signs, people. You are a chosen one. The answer is yes. You don't even have to ask anymore. You don't have to ask, because it is certain for sure. You keep living in a life of certainty. Keep knowing where you're going and keep manifesting everything that you desire, right? You are a chosen one. Indeed, I am a chosen one. We are highly favored by the universe for a larger purpose, baby. Let's continue to go down that path. Let's continue to create. Let's continue to manifest, continue to visualize, keep coming the greatest version of ourselves every single day. Now, thank you so much for tuning in to Millionaire Mindset, where everything happens in divine time by divine design. Until the next video, people, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I almost forgot. I appreciate that. Till the next video. Peace.